You have to push to be able to close the door. That is the kind of wind that we're dealing with down here. Again, it's supposed to last until around 9:15. Usually you're allowed to drink it inside, but in less than 2 weeks, you're also going to be able to drink it outside. We're going to tell you a little bit more about this new law that is in place. Here we go. Oh, he gets the friendly roll. Hopefully that's happening to the Suns tonight as well. And there were dozens of people that were still outside the building waiting to get in. Of course, they were there before that 7 p.m. deadline, so they were able to still get their votes. So this volcanic mud mask that we're working on here, what is this doing right now besides, I'm assuming, making me look even nicer than I already look?
You're going to look like an infant.
If the city of Phoenix doesn't hire 400 lifeguards by the end of March, water slides like these won't be able to open. But it's not just entertainment that'll be impacted. Swimming lessons will be affected too. Basically said that they generated $42 million from these license plates. So you see those purple and those orange sunsets on those Arizona highway plates? Those go a long way towards helping the state. Sign up for emergency alerts on your phone, and also make sure that your tires are in good condition, because a pop tire, it can not only start a wildfire, it can also prevent you from escaping from one. Chris, if I don't come out of this in one piece, I enjoyed working with all of you guys, all right?
We believe in you, Elliott.
There were a lot of angry people that just left the Phoenix City Council building within the last hour. But more than anger, they're fearful about what's going to happen to hundreds of Phoenix residents that soon aren't going to have a place to live. Right now, I'm standing in front of what is left of Bill's propane service. You take a look at this damaged fence right here, and you just see on the other side of it, all of these propane tanks. They look like they're just toy ornaments almost. There's hundreds of them here in this yard behind me. You can see the remnants of this building that is left behind me as crews continue to look through what might have happened here earlier this evening. You can see that building in the distance over there, completely charred. I mean, it is just jarring to see these images and all of these propane tanks on the ground. But yeah, we were speaking to some of the people that were in the area when this all took place. Some of them were over at Gateway Community College, and they said they had to be evacuated. Some of them couldn't even get to their cars because they were in the path of where this explosion was, and obviously crews didn't want to jeopardize anybody's safety. We also spoke to people that lived in the area that saw this develop. They said that some of these explosions were so intense that the fire crews even had to retreat before coming back. The explosions and the noise and the shaking, it was a lot for people to take in.
It was wild.
And Sarah, I know she mentioned about the damaged parking lot. This is that damaged parking lot. Look at these cars. They're completely charred. You can see the magnitude. It really starts to sink in of the propane explosion when you look at these rows and rows of cars that are just not even distinguishable at this point. They just look like hollowed out membranes pretty much. Again, we are so thankful that nobody was hurt. We also confirmed that the Animal Welfare League right down the street, no animals, no humans were impacted by that. But as you can see, guys, the damage to stuff like these cars, very extensive. There is no recovering vehicles like this.
The man, 72-year-old Miguel and 13-year-old Lila, never met each other in person until today. Elliott got to see this meeting happen at Buchanan Music in Mesa. He joins us live. How did that go?
It went pretty well, Yetta and Derek. This conversation between Miguel and Lila, it started at the end of last year, and it involved a cello, a gift certificate, and a thank you note. But the biggest gift might have been what took place today. Miguel Rodriguez has been playing a variety of instruments since he was 5 years old. That's 67 years. But this story starts with an instrument he hasn't played.
I don't play cello.
So Miguel sold the cello to Buchanan Music.
People that come in here are people that are interested in something serious.
Little did Miguel know that his cello had been on Lila Reed's wish list for a very long time.
I just saw it and I said, I like that. I was like, I'm gonna get that.
Lila saved up her money, about $700 for both the cello and the bow, before she finally was able to take it home.
My dad, he had said, you should buy like a PS5. I said, no. I want my cello, this is mine.
When Miguel found out who bought his cello, he was inspired by Lila's interest and gave her a $100 gift certificate to Buchanan Music. That allowed Lila to get a new set of strings. It's only been a few months, but the cello has quickly become Lila's favorite instrument. The least she could do was write Miguel a thank you note.
Thank you for bringing the cello to Buchanan's. I really appreciate it since it's also a very good quality cello too. I will learn to play the Swan when I get better with reading the notes.
It's not very long, but it's a beautiful piece.
Up until this point, Lila and Miguel had never met each other, but their shared love for music made it feel like they knew each other.
You're the girl that bought the cello. Well, that's nice.
That feeling only grew once both stepped foot into Buchanan's.
If she saved up to buy that cello and she's going to play it, that says a lot, you know.
Really appreciate that he brought this cello in. If he didn't bring it in, I don't know where else I could have gotten my cello.
Lila says she hopes to play that song, The Swan, by the end of the year, and both her and Miguel say they'd like to play with each other at some point in the near future. With Lila's talent, expect that to be sooner rather than later.